Hi folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans, and today I actually promised one of my subscribers, Johnny Marrero, during my live stream last Tuesday that I would be doing a video on this topic right here. This is Transformers EarthSpark getting renewed for a season 2 ahead of the show even coming out, right? So the show has not premiered yet, we still haven't seen it yet, and it's already getting a season 2. That's really amazing. I actually looked it up online and it said the first season, Transformers EarthSpark, the first season will consist of 26 episodes. And because it already got confirmed for a season 2, I'm just assuming that the first season and the second season will have the same amount of episodes, which means fans of this show can already look forward to 52 episodes before the show even comes out, which is really awesome. You love to hear it. It keeps people in a working position, right? They still have jobs. They don't have to go find like a new project to work on. You love to see it. It's pretty awesome. And the show looks pretty cool. The show looks pretty cool here. I personally am a big fan of 2D animation, not 3D. I've never been a big 3D guy, but I do like Jimmy Neutron, which is also a Nickelodeon show, funny enough. Out of all the 3D animated shows, probably Jimmy Neutron has to be my fan favorite of all time. Like I said, I've always been more of a 2D guy. You guys know if you've been watching this channel. Literally for the first year of this channel, I refused to cover anything that was 3D, just because I wanted to focus solely on 2D animation. Then I expanded my horizons. I started talking about movies and things, and I think that the channel has really has done a lot better since I made the transition there, because yeah, there's only so much cartoon 2D news to go around, let's just say. So yeah, that was a great change for the channel. But other than that, we do have some information here, right here. So again, there's going to be 26 episodes in the first season, and we get this. The first 10 episodes of the premiere season will be available to stream exclusively on Paramount Plus in the US and Canada on Remembrance Day, which is November 11th. Okay, so write that down in your journals. It's coming soon. It's coming in it's already October 15th, so it's like, what, 3 weeks away? Yeah, 3 or 4 weeks away. We're very close to November 11th. Transformers EarthSpark will also debut overseas beginning in November, so even if you don't live in Canada or America, it's eventually coming to you later in America, later in November, I should say. And it's also going to be on Nickelodeon channels around the world. So even if you don't have Paramount Plus, you're going to be able to see this on Nickelodeon, which is really cool. There's even a trailer right here. I haven't watched the trailer, and the reason for that is I'm actually not a fan of Transformers. Would you believe it? I've talked about this a few times before, probably on my live streams and a couple times in my comment section, I think. But yeah, listen, guys, listen. As a kid, I was born in 1993. Okay, so when I was growing up, I got you don't start forming memories until like at least 3 or 4 years old, right? So I remember, like, here in Canada, it's called like junior kindergarten and senior kindergarten. I remember those years, right? I remember a little bit about those years. I remember my teachers. But like, that's around the time when you start getting memories, right? So if I was 4 years old and I was born in 1993, I didn't start really remembering cartoons until like 1997, 98, right? So I got to grow up in the best possible year. I feel in the best possible decade, right? I got all of the old shows. I got to watch stuff like all the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons, like Scooby-Doo and Yogi Bear and all those kinds of shows. I got to watch some really old school stuff like Popeye the Sailor Man. I got to watch some things like the Smurfs, which I think was the Smurfs the 1950s. I got to watch all kinds of old shows like that. I got to watch, even things like Looney Tunes, right? Things like that, etc., etc. And then there was stuff like He-Man and She-Ra and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles alongside Transformers, right? The Transformers cartoon. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Transformers were really big for selling merchandise, right? Those were merchandise heavy shows. And I gotta be real, most of the time, like, I know the character. I would watch episodes. I would watch episodes of, like, Optimus Prime and Bumblebee and the whole gang there. But honest to God, if there was something like Ninja Turtles or a cartoon, because Cartoon Network was getting really big around that time, right? Johnny Bravo, Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Lab, later on Ben 10, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. Non-stop shows from Cartoon Network were just the stuff of legend. And I would often, anytime something like Transformers was on, I would just flip the channel and go watch something on Cartoon Network, or, you know, one of the other Nickelodeon shows at the time, like, oh, well, later on, Danny Phantom, but they had stuff like Rocko's Modern Life and, oh God, some weird ones like Cow and Chicken and I Am Weasel and you name it, you name it. And as time went on, we got stuff like My Life as a Teenage Robot, etc., etc. We got a bunch of these different shows. Cat Dog, I almost forgot Cat Dog. And yeah, we got a ton of different shows. Danny Phantom is one of my favorites. Fairly Odd Parents, another classic right there. There was a myriad of shows, and I often found myself never really enjoying Transformers as a franchise, and I would if it was on, I would just flip the channel and go watch something better. So I'm not going to be watching this series. Don't get offended. I just have never been a Transformers fan, but I did enjoy the movies from Michael Bay. The first 3 of them only. Yeah, I watched the first one. I'm like, hey, you know, I was like, whoa, they're making Transformers, that old cartoon I used to watch, into a movie. I watched the movie, thought it was pretty good. Then I saw Transformers 2. I said, you know, that movie kind of dragged on, and I actually didn't enjoy Transformers 2 when it came out, and I still don't to this day. But Transformers 3 I actually really enjoyed Transformers 3. And it brought me back to the series just for a hot minute. You know, just for one hot minute, I was like, wow, Transformers, they're pretty good again. And then as time went on, they started to make all these weird, janky spin-offs, and they kept making them, right? They did that Bumblebee spin-off and whatever. And there was that one dinosaur movie with the Transformers. I just got out. I just said, I quit. I'm not watching any more Transformers. And it's actually been a number of years. I think Transformers 3 was the last big Transformers thing I watched from the property. So yeah, I'm just not a Transformers fan. I'm so sorry, guys. I will not be watching this show. I will not be renewing it. But I wanted to bring you guys the news that if you're a fan of this show, you're getting 2 seasons. Hopefully you're getting 52 episodes. If it's to match, if the first season matches the second season in episode count, you probably are getting 52 episodes, which is really cool. And I hope you guys enjoy this series. It seems to have a lot of hype around it. You know, the trailer has a lot of good viewership numbers there if you guys go click this. And yeah, I think the only other thing I want... Oh, did I... wait, I forgot if I read this down here. I can't remember. The first 10 episodes of the premiere season will be available to stream exclusively on Paramount Plus. Yeah, I read this, right? Yeah. So that's all the news there. The only other thing I wanted to say, right, was... Clone High, the reboot of Clone High. Now, you guys might, as soon as I read this title, I remembered back to a video I did a while back. Clone High, okay? This is a cult classic kind of show from way back in the day. I think it was early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. And if you haven't seen Clone High, by the way, go look up the theme song. It's absolutely amazing. Way back in the 1980s. Go watch that theme song. Amazing stuff. It's just truly great. But that show was really cool. What it did is the United States government sets up a fake town, and over the years, they sent out their like scientists across the world to scrape DNA of like all of these famous celebrities. So they have like they have clones of like Abraham Lincoln and like Cleopatra, Joan of Arc, and of course, who could forget Gandhi, which is the reason the show got canceled. Yeah, the people in India really didn't like the depictions of Gandhi. They had like Gandhi doing like rapping and dancing, and I think there was like one episode where he just straight up snorts cocaine. So when the Indian people heard that Gandhi was like snorting some crack over there, they were outraged. They were outraged by Clone High. And the backlash got the show canceled, which is very sad. It actually leaves off. I actually seen every episode of Clone High, by the way. And the show actually leaves off with all the main characters being frozen in a freezer. They just get frozen in time in a freezer. And they never continued the show. It just got axed, and that was it. And finally, after all these years, we're getting a reboot of Clone High. And they already announced, unless the show is canceled because David Zaslav and the whole Warner thing... there's a lot of crazy shit that's going on at Warner Bros. Right now, but assuming the show isn't canceled, right, we are probably going to be getting 2 seasons of Clone High, and I couldn't be happier. Now, I do know that they're probably going to axe Gandhi from the show. They're probably going to replace Gandhi with like a different character, but yeah, that's cool. Actually, they should just bring in Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was in the original series as a character. They should just bring in Jesus Christ to fill Gandhi's spot. Just so nobody gets offended. Or maybe, actually, maybe they shouldn't just, maybe they probably shouldn't add a religious character as a main character. But I do wonder if they'll have like a reference to Gandhi. Maybe Gandhi will be in the show and just be like, oh, hey, Abe, you know, maybe they'll just have Gandhi as like a cameo. That'd be funny. I really hope they do that, but we all know in our hearts, Gandhi, which is one of I think Gandhi actually was my favorite character on the whole show. And it's so sad to see him gone. He had a legendary meme and a catchphrase. It was like, say what? People know, if you're a fan of Clone High, you know that meme, okay? So yeah, I'm really sad to see Clone High never getting a continuation, but we are getting a reboot. So they're going to just start from scratch here, give us a new cast, get rid of Gandhi, and I am very hyped for that. So that's at least something to look forward to, even though I'm not going to be watching Transformers EarthSpark. So yeah, I want to hear all your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Are you hyped for... Actually, let me know, how exciting is it to get all these new shows where it's like, the show hasn't even come out yet and we're already getting a season 2? Let me know your thoughts on that. But are you hyped for Transformers EarthSpark? Are you hyped for this? Or are you hyped for the Clone High reboot? I'm actually very hyped for the Clone High reboot. This is not my cup of tea. I'm so sorry, guys, but I know there's a huge amount of my subscribers that love this show and Transformers. You guys are going to watch this. This show is for you. I hope you guys enjoy it. I really do. I love it when cartoons have great stories and great plots. I hope you guys enjoy it. And that's all I got to say on this topic here. So yeah, Johnny Marrero, I hope the video lived up to your expectations. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And why not watch an ad for your boy Sandro? Thank you guys so much. Peace out, bye-bye, and have a great day.